These are inspiring and wisdom quotes. I will try my best to provide you a unique knowledge. If you are interested and gain some different, please subscribe so we can live in touch. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, wise quotes and sayings worth knowing. Give a man a purpose worth living for, and he can survive any situation. Magic is believing in yourself, and when you succeed, everything else succeeds. Hate is an active feeling of discontent. Envy is passive. It is nothing to be surprised that envy quickly turns to hatred. Courage cannot be learned or unlearned. No matter what your dream is, start working on it, and then the real miracles will begin to happen in your life. Divide and conquer is a wise rule, but unite and direct is even better. Fashion tolerates folly and doesn't like nature. That which means more must never submit to that which means less. You can't always be a hero, but you can always remain human. If each of us sweeps up right under our own feet, the whole world will be clean. Of the two quarrels, the one who is smarter is guilty. No one knows what his powers are until he uses them. If a clever man does a foolish thing, it is not a small one. It is what we nurture that blossoms in us. Such is the eternal law of nature. Awareness of our imperfection brings us closer to perfection. One cannot escape or defend oneself against criticism. One must act in spite of it, and little by little it will become accustomed to it. Of course, think about the what, but think about the how even more. I always work better after I've listened to music. He who is nothing to the size is scary. There are people who never go astray because they never set any rational thought. Nature is always right. Mistakes and delusions come from men. Catch a good mood, it so rarely visits us. Persuasion is not the beginning, but the crown of all knowledge. Courageous thoughts play the role of forward checkers in the game. They perish but ensure victory. Only pedants seek authority in everything. Of all thieves, fools are the most harmful. They simultaneously steal our time and mood. The public likes to be treated like women, told only what they like to hear. Blessed is he who honors his ancestors with a pure heart. The judge who is unable to punish becomes, in the end, an accomplice to crime. If you knew how seldom we are properly understood, you would be silent more often. One can only learn what one loves. He who feels his own attractiveness becomes attractive. Never hang your nose, or you won't see the stars. In the midst of small actions, you become small, but in the midst of big ones, you grow. Asking for silence is too weak a tool to achieve silence. It is better to do at least a trifle than to consider half an hour lost as a trifle. All fathers want their children to accomplish what they themselves have failed. Superstition is the poetry of life, so the poet is not ashamed to be superstitious. The goal in life is life itself. We are more willing to recognize our mistakes in behavior than in thinking. One only hears what one understands. He mostly understands what he has experienced. People value glory more than anything else. We are never farther from our desires than when we imagine that we have what we want. Humor is one of the elements of genius. Not everywhere there is water, there are frogs, but where frogs croak, there is water. Speak with conviction. The words and influence on your listeners will come of their own accord. You can only advise in a matter in which you yourself are going to participate. When evil masquerades as good, it is insincere. Life is the most beautiful of nature's fabrications. People will only recognize someone who is useful to them. Difficulties increase as one gets closer to the goal, but let each one make his way, like the stars, calmly, not rushing, but ceaselessly striving toward his intended goal. A coward sends out threats only when he is sure of his safety. A person's manners are a mirror in which his portrait is reflected. It is much easier to find error than truth. Error is on the surface, and you notice it immediately, but the truth is hidden in the depths, and not everyone can find it. He who ponders long does not always find the best solution. Whether you are a king or a peasant, you will not be happy unless you have peace and quiet in your home. Believe me, only he who has gained it by toil and patience knows the pleasure of the soul. Dirt shines while the sun shines, and error is useful while we are young, just as long as we don't carry it with us to our old age. Thanks for watching the video to the end. To all, wisdom and thoughts, kindness and wise deeds, leave your comments which quotes, aphorisms, and sayings of the wise peoples you liked. Until we meet again on the channel. Thanks for watching and give me your precious time.